Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel ST's Notable Biology. In our previous video, we have seen certain terms like events in sexual reproduction. For example, pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. We have also seen that some terms of sexual reproduction like what are bisexual organisms and what are unisexual organisms. In our later videos, we'll discuss about these terms in very detail. And today's topic of discussion is gamete transfer. See, in most of the organism, the gametes are means the male and female gametes. The male gamete is motile. It means it is movable. It can move. And the female gamete is stationary, which means what? It cannot move. Only the male gamete can move and reach to the female gamete for the fertilization process. In case of some fungi and algae, both the gametes are motile. It means both the male and female gamete, they are able to move. Okay. After the formation of gamete, it is very necessary to meet these two gametes, male and female gamete, for the process of fertilization. Okay. As the fusion of this male and female gamete is the process of fertilization, and this meeting of male and female gamete is various types in number of organisms. For example, in fungi and algae, both the gametes are movable, means the both are motile. It means they need a medium in which both the male and female gamete can meet. See, that medium is what? Water. In water, the gametes of fungi and algae can meet to form for the process of fertilization. In this case of meeting, there is a large number of loss of male gamete in this kind of transfer, means transferring this male gamete to the female gamete. There is a large number of loss. To compensate this loss, what happen in nature? The number of male gamete produced are several thousand times greater than a female gamete. Okay, it means what? The male gamete produced are larger number as compared to the female gamete, because what is the common point? That male gametes are motile than the female gamete. That is why the number of male gamete produced several thousand times greater than the female gamete. It is because to compensate the loss of male gametes. See the next point. See, in case of some seed plants, the pollen grains are the carrier of male gamete, and they are produced from the anther of the flower, and the ovule present in the flower is carrying the egg, that is the female gamete. These pollen grain they produce from the anther, and they get transfer on the stigma. Okay, after that pollen tube produces, through that pollen tube the male nucleus they get reaches to the egg for the process of fertilization. See in these pictures, in case of bisexual flower, okay, bisexual flower, what? The flower which contain both the reproductive organ in a same plant or in a same flower. Okay, in case of this bisexual flower, it is very easy to transfer pollen grain from the anther of the flower to the stigma of flower, because they are in one flower only. But in case of this unisexual flower, this picture we have seen in our previous video, and this is the flower of papaya. Okay, in case of this unisexual flower, it is difficult to reach the pollen grain from the anther of the one flower to the stigma of another flower. That is why there is a one process. Through that process, it become very easy for the transport of these pollen grain to the stigma of the flower to the anther of the flower on the stigma. See, the pollination is the first major event of sexual reproduction in plants. The second major event is fertilization. Let's see the pollination. The transfer of pollen grain from the anther of the flower to the stigma of flower of the same or different flower of same species. This is called what? Pollination. Let's understand pollination easily. Suppose we have two flowers, unisexual male flower and unisexual female flower. Okay, this unisexual male flower, it contains the anther and the pollen grains are present in this anther, and this unisexual female flower, it contains the pistil, that is the female reproductive organ. What happen in the pollination? The transfer of these pollen grains, the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of the one flower to the stigma of another flower. This is called what? Pollination. This, as the pollination is very beneficial to the unisexual flower, it is also very common in the bisexual flower also. In this picture you can see that there is a transfer of pollen grain from this hibiscus flower to the stigma of this another hibiscus flower. This is called what? Pollination. Here you can also observing the insect honeybee. Here the honeybee is acting as an agent for pollination. There are certain agents like insect, wind and water. Animal, birds are also act as agents. Through these agents, pollination become very easy. Okay. See, one more point. If the pollen grain, if the transfer of pollen grain from this flower, let's take this flower. If the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of this flower to the stigma of this same flower occur, this kind of pollination is called as what? Self-pollination. Okay. Self-pollination. Suppose if the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of this flower to the stigma of another flower of the same species, this kind of pollination we called it as a cross pollination, and cross pollination is very beneficial. See, pollen grain after reaching to the stigma. Let's see, this is a stigma. This one is stigma. Suppose this is a pollen grain. Pollen grain after reaching to the stigma get germinated and start producing pollen tube. Okay. Through this pollen tube, it discharges male gametes from the pollen grain and it releases these male gametes near the egg. After releasing these male gametes, they come in contact with egg. Okay. After what happen? There is a meeting of female gamete and male gamete to form what? Zygote. Okay. This process is called what? Fertilization. So, meeting of male gamete and female gamete is very important. And it should be successful. Basically, fertilization is a very critical process. See, in some dioecious animals, okay, in some dioecious animal, the transfer of gamete, how the transfer of gamete get occur means they have certain specialized mechanism for the transfer of gamete and for the successful fertilization. And yes, this fertilization is a very critical process. So guys, up to there we have studied about the gamete transfer, how they get transfer from one organism to the another organism. In our next video, we will see the fertilization in detail. So thank you everyone for watching the video and have a happy learning.